morning. I am Riley Nazario, Chief Marshal. The class of 2022 will begin a new journey in a few minutes. They have spent countless years, months, and days in preparation for this moment. We would like to honor them with dignity and respect. Please take this time to turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. We ask that you keep movement in and out of the arena to a minimum and that you do not move about during the ceremony. In case of an emergency or if you must leave, you will only be allowed to return to the rear section. You will not be able to enter when students are speaking or names are being called. So that all graduates can be honored, please do not applaud, cheer, or yell during the awarding of diplomas. You will be allowed to stand as your student's name is called. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask that you allow graduates to exit first. With great pride, we ask that you now rise for the Massey Hill Classical High School class of 2022.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps at this time. Gentlemen, you may replace your caps. Please be seated. The commencement ceremony for the Massey Classical High School class of 2022 will begin. Good morning. I'm Christina Ramings, Student Government Communications Officer. I would like to welcome each of you to our 2022 graduation ceremony. The love and support of our friends and family have been an important factor in our achievement of this milestone towards success. I would like to welcome our special guests joining us on the stage today. Please hold your applause until all names are called. I ask that our guests please stand and remain standing until all have been recognized. Mr. Charles Evans, Cumberland County Commissioner. Representing the Cumberland County Board of Education are Superintendent Dr. Marvin Connolly, Jr., Chairperson Mr. Greg West, Vice Chair Ms. Deanna Jones, Ms. Alicia Chisholm, Mrs. Donna Van, Ms. Susan Williams. Joining us from the Superintendent's Cabinet, Dr. Mary Black, Associate Superintendent for Student Support Services. Mrs. Betty Musselwhite, Associate Superintendent for School Support Services. Joe Desmore, Associate Superintendent for Auxiliary Services. Mr. Ruben Reyes, Associate Superintendent for Human Resources. Mr. Nick Soka, Board Attorney. Dr. Lindsay Whitley, Associate Superintendent for Communication and Community Engagement. Dr. Stacy Norman Wilson, Chief Academic Officer. Dr. Jane Fields, Assistant Superintendent of K-12 Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Tanjay Robertson, Area Superintendent of School Support. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your presence here today as we celebrate our graduating class of 2022. I would like to introduce Andrew Forbes, our senior class president, who will reflect on our class motto.
Dr. Connolly, members of the school board, cabinet members, honored guests, thank you for your presence here this morning as we celebrate Massey Hill Classical High School's graduating class of 2022. Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andrew Forbes, senior class president. Ad astra per aspera. It translates to through hardship to the stars. The class of 2022's high school experience has held no shortage of hardship, with the past 4 years cut in half with a pandemic and online school, later returning to a place where many customary high school traditions were simply off limits. Even outside of the school walls and our computer screens, such hardship has been extremely evident. The pandemic has taken its toll on our social lives, the economy, and most importantly, our physical and mental health. And as our system of education changes, we are reminded of the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. All of these issues and many, many more highlight the importance of having a strong, educated populace equipped with all of the skills necessary to fight these problems and progress forward. I believe we all have the ability to learn from these hardships and create a unified response to achieve greatness. Whether we find ourselves in college, the military, straight into the workforce, or anything else, the graduates in front of and behind me today will go on to do truly astonishing things because of our collective strength and resolve. We've spent 12 incredibly long years working incredibly hard to get to where we are now, and in that time, every single one of us has shown that we have grown and flourished and are ready to move forward into the real world and achieve our goals. Whether your goals are to teach children English, to help solve crimes, or anything in between, I know that every single one of us has the ability to exceed. Through commitment to our work, commitment to our friends, and commitment to the social improvement of our society, I have seen in every one of us the excellence and the personability necessary to move forward in an ever-evolving and devolving world, a world that sometimes beats us down and feels unrelenting. I can see everyone here pushing back against this world and achieving excellence, but not without the help of our community. While we may be moving forward and dispersing from it, we will never leave each other and the impacts we have made on this community already. Finally, to return to our motto, it was Helen Keller who said, "Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved." We have seen through years of hate and derision against progress in the adversity faced by so many, but by using this hardship, then, and only then, can we move forward in this world. I thank you all, the Pitt Orchestra, as well as administrators, teachers, graduates, and the parents who helped raise us, for all working together on the 4 to 18 years of guidance and leadership in crafting us all into who we are today. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Benjamin Jenkins, and it has been an honor and privilege to serve as your student government president this year and represent you in student government in past years. This year's salutatorian goes to someone quite deserving. Over the last 4 years, this person has put in extreme amounts of effort to be where she is today. Whether that is through giving everything she has in a class or helping wherever needed, she is highly devoted to being the best person she can be. She has served as a part of the SGA all 4 years of high school, serving as our student body vice president this past year. She serves as the National Honor Society president. She's the Key Club vice president. She's the Military Appreciation Club vice president. She also placed in the regional tournament with our Science Olympiad team. She's heavily involved in our orchestra program and has played violin for the past 8 years. She is an amazing student, but most of all, she is just an amazing person. I fully believe you can ask anyone in the school about her, and they would all agree she is the most kind and nicest person you will ever meet. This next year, she'll be attending the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, where she'll be studying chemistry and sociology with a concentration in criminology. I would like to welcome to the podium Massey Hill Classical High School's class of 2022 salutatorian, Emma Jacqueline Hughes.
Once you've met someone, you never really forget them. Miyazaki, 2001. This is a quote from Hayao Miyazaki's film, Spirited Away. It also happens to be what I chose for my senior quote. Soon, we will all have graduated and will be on our way to college, the military, or even the workforce. We will all be following our own paths in life, but I will always remember the impact that you all, my friends, my classmates, my teachers, my family, have left on me. Throughout these 4 years I have spent with you all, I have learned how important it is to be myself and to never give up. Being true to yourself is very important to being happy and moving forward with your life. If you are constantly being who others want you to be, you will end up miserable. You will be living a life that is not your own. So do the things you enjoy doing without worrying about what others will think. If you want to start a business, start a business. If you want to play professional sports, play professional sports. If you want to write a book, write a book. Wear the things you want to wear, read the things you want to read, just be you. If it makes you happy, follow it. You're allowed to enjoy things. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You all deserve happiness. Don't avoid showing your personality because you're scared. Your personality is what makes you unique and interesting. It's what makes you, you. Not losing sight of our true selves also means not losing sight of hope. Some advice that we all need to follow as we go into the world is to never give up. It may be hard sometimes, but there is sunlight at the end of the tunnel as long as you gather the strength to trek through the dark. According to another film by Miyazaki, They say the best blaze burns brightest when circumstances are at their worst. You are going to hit bumps in life. That's just how life is. It does not last forever, though. Always remember the good times, hanging out with friends, doing things you enjoy doing. However, don't forget the rough times either. Remember how you have stood back up after every fall, continued on after every standstill. You will always have a support system in your friends, your family, your school family. We may have had our fair share of disagreements throughout these 4 years, but we look out for each other. Massey is a family that cares and really just wants to see everyone succeed and live their life to the fullest. Never lose hope, because you can do great things in life if you just have faith in yourself. So please, as we all go out into the world, make sure to always be true to yourself and to never give up. We will all do great things in life. No matter what else changes, this is for certain. So I will leave you with this one last quote that I feel sums up this year quite well. Everything has changed, and yet I am more me than I have ever been. Thomas and Paine. And I, for one, have Massey Hill to thank for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all.
Good morning. My name is Jackson Ferger, and I've served as officer representative to the senior class. The Award of Valedictorian is one of the most celebrated feats in education. High school valedictorians are often promised scholarships and admission to the country's most prestigious schools, and many go on to greatly impact the world we all call home. However, a title isn't given power by the one who adorns it, but by the actions of the one who earns it. High school has taught us many things in math, science, history, and literature, but we often learn the most from our fellow peers. Our valedictorian today is one I can say with certainty that I have learned from. Our relationship goes back 9 years, all the way back to 3rd grade. When I first got to know them, I knew they were destined for great things. Their powerful drive and motivation to constantly seek the highest prize in both academics and athletics. Their resume speaks for itself. All of us know who the hardest working scholar in our class is. So it is my pleasure to introduce our class of 2022 valedictorian, Alicia Janae Blake.
Good morning. First, before I start my speech, I want to thank all the families, friends, teachers, and staff who have been there to aid me and my fellow graduates through life as we attempted to navigate high school, and their continued support as we take on future endeavors. As I begin my speech, I want to start by asking, what is success to you? Well, from what I've gathered from my extensive research, also known as Google, success is composed of 3 main components: respect, wealth, and fame. 3 things society deems we should be attempting to achieve in our lives every day. Most believe this to be incorrect, and not the success you should be looking for. Some even going as far as to say the idea of success has always been a great lie, like Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher, once said. It is possible that this idea of wealth and fame being what we need to succeed in life is a lie, or maybe it's just deceptive. When I entered Massey Hill my freshman year, along with my fellow graduates, I walked in with the goal of achieving a level of success while I was here. I remember my freshman year, I had a class called Success 101 with Mr. S. Miller. In the class, we had to create a vision board, a sort of poster outlining what we wanted to achieve in high school and after, and how that tied into our success. I remember making that board and thinking, I needed to list big goals if I had any hopes of being successful in the future. I needed to get all A's, I needed to get into this college, or I needed to get this score on the ACT. I thought those things were going to be my defining characteristics from here on. I blindly chased these ideas, subconsciously trying to achieve a level of wealth, fame, and respect that would be considered success in the future. And now, as I stand before my fellow graduates as their valedictorian, I continue to ask myself, was it worth it? Was it what I wanted? For a lot of people, being valedictorian is the ultimate form of success in high school. I thought that way too. I thought as I walked through the doors of Massey Hill for the first time my freshman year that if I became valedictorian, I would have achieved success in these 4 years. I would have achieved some form of wealth, fame, or respect. And at the end of these years, I believe I did achieve those things, but valedictorian didn't have anything to do with it. Do you know what my favorite topic to talk about is? Space. I can go on and on about different things in our universe without getting tired, especially black holes. I mean, who isn't fascinated by the idea of these invisible beasts in the sky who swallow anything that gets too close, or possibly terrified? Ever since Miss Braden's class my freshman year, when I heard about black holes for the first time, I couldn't get enough. Over these 4 years, my love for our universe and the phenomena within it has only grown. It's to the point that I can't help but smile and get excited when I hear someone mention our universe. And that's when I realized I had already achieved the first part of success, wealth. And now when I say wealth, I don't mean monetary wealth. I'm definitely not filling my bank account by rambling about black holes all day. But what I am feeling is my curiosity, my passion. My love of black holes and our universe has allowed me to gain a wealth of knowledge that has led to a level of contentment within myself whenever I immerse myself in this topic. Chasing things we are passionate about will provide us with a wealth that is greater than any monetary value. Okay, so we got wealth, but where does fame come into play? For me, it was when I looked at my friends and family, when I saw the interest or excitement on their faces when I told them something new I was interested in, something new I learned, or a new endeavor I wanted to partake in. I realized that I didn't need a billboard with my face on it to feel famous. I just needed the involvement of my peers and those I love who would take the time to give me the platform to be myself. Fame doesn't mean we need the whole world on our side. It just means finding a few select people who are unequivocally supportive of you. So we have wealth and fame. The last thing we need is respect. This one was hard for me to wrestle with. Based on societies, achieving something big is how you garner respect. But is that all there is to it? Is chasing the respect of virtually strangers all you should be looking for in life? Since COVID and the period of online learning, I determined an answer I'm happy with. Every year, the SGA at our school attempts to put on intramurals during the school year to give students a break from classes and participate in varying fun events. However, when COVID started our sophomore year and we transitioned to quarantine and online learning, we lost key aspects of the high school experience. In an attempt to gain some of this back, SGA decided to attempt intramurals online, something that hadn't been done previously. Despite the fact that there were some bumps along the way, SGA still attempted to provide students with a sense of normality during quarantine. Although some people might see this as a small feat, I realized I respected the people who tried to make our high school experience as normal as possible, regardless of COVID. I realized that their collective decision to help other students and make their high school experience just a little bit better was what I wanted to be able to do. I want to make decisions that I won't regret later in life. I want to conduct myself in the presence of others in a way that I can find respect within myself. I don't need the whole world to respect me or my decisions. All I need is to be able to make decisions that I can respect in myself. Wealth, fame, and respect, the three deceptive components of success. After these 4 years, the people I've met, the things I've experienced, and the things I've come to love have all made me realize that I have achieved these things, that I have achieved success. And as I conclude my speech, I ask my fellow graduates, what is success to you, and have you achieved it? Your definition of success may be different than mine, and the goals and aspirations are probably different as well. But at the end of the day, as long as we can continue to strive for our definition of success, regardless of society's views, I think we'll be okay. Thank you.
Good morning, distinguished guests, parents, friends, and family. It is with great pleasure that I stand here before you to speak about the Massey Hill Classical Class of 2022. I made it a mission of mine to get to know these remarkable students by sitting down with them individually and asking them to share with me their plans for the future. Our seniors worked tremendously hard to get here today academically while participating in a wide variety of extracurricular activities at the same time. The majority of our seniors have work after school and weekends as well. This speaks volumes about their work ethic and commitment to personal growth. We have in our midst today young adults who have their sights set on being change agents and humanitarians. There are those that have received full ride scholarships and opportunities to study abroad. We have those who will be entering the fields of business, psychology, medicine, public policy, electronic engineering, public health, digital arts, aerospace engineering, and cybersecurity. While others have chosen to follow the path many of you have taken, that of military service. Not only do they have these professions in mind, they have taken the initiative to research and lay the foundation for their successful careers, seeking to make a positive impact within their community and beyond. When our seniors shared their plans with me, I was beyond impressed by their ability to articulate the incremental goals they have set for themselves to achieve these dreams. One by one, they demonstrated that this class has a greater understanding of the fact that what they do today will impact their future and the future of those around them. To our parents and families, thank you for allowing us to be part of your child's educational journey. Your trust, support, and input has been invaluable. To our senior class, I say I am so very proud of your many accomplishments. You have already weathered many challenges and demonstrated a laser-like focus and resiliency. You have proven you are prepared to enter the next chapter of your life. Please know that wherever you go and whatever you do, we will be cheering you on and as you continue to strive for greatness. And as you already know, your tomorrow starts today. In order to make the most of this memorable event today, for each and every young man and woman represented here today, and their families who have gathered to honor this milestone, I ask that you hold all applause until all diplomas have been awarded. Parents, you can demonstrate your respect and congratulations best by standing when your son or daughter's name is called. Thank you in advance for making this occasion special to all of our graduates and their families. At the request of the senior class, Mrs. Julianne Dunn, our media coordinator, was selected to read the names of our graduating seniors.
Good morning, visitors, family members, guests, and senior class of 2022. Will the class of 2022 please present yourselves for diplomas? Reagan Christiana Acuff. Kyle Robert Bailey. Isabel Renee Bello. Claire Evelyn Bennick. Jacob Ellis Black. Joshua Elliott Black. Alicia Janae Blake. Parker J. Case. Donald Castle III. Cushan B. Calder. Ramaya Blessing Clark. Daniel Darrell Crawford, Jr. Honesty Lestine Ann Cromwell. Cameron James Downey. Camilla Yadine Nayela Drabo. Reese Isabella Anita Farnham. Jackson Edward Ferger. Christopher Stephen Fitz. Andrew George Forbes. Abby Jordan Fowler. Peyton Claire Fox. Jeremiah Ishmael Gonzalez. Randall Omar Hernandez. John Richard Hickey. Edkino Hicks Rushameza. Emma Jacqueline Hughes. Ryan Niles Kirkland. Gavin Antonio Lawrence, Jr. Jadzia Marie Hope Lemons. Ryan Anthony Luna. Zoe Marie Mac Mercado. Andrew Michael Martinelli. Griffin Don Overland. Christina Raquel Ramings. Walter Leland Reeves. Summer Alexa de Guzman Revels. Avery Aubrey Schwartz. Matthew Lawrence Setter. Braden Gerard Shea. Caitlin Elizabeth Shepard. Paris Ray Thompson. Trent Garrett Tompkins. Hunter Cole Van Valkenburg. Christopher Edward Voorhees. Uriah Deshaun Wesley. Benjamin Nicholas Jenkins. Thank you, Dr. Conley and members of the Cumberland County Schools Board of Education and Superintendent's Cabinet.
Will the class of 2022 please stand? I declare you, by the State of North Carolina Department of Instruction, Public Instruction, to be graduates of Massey Hill Classical High School. You may now turn your tassels. This concludes the graduation ceremony. Parents and family, please remain by your seats until all graduates have left the arena.